Hello friends, welcome to Term Science. In last lecture, we have discussed why steam nozzle, what is meant by nozzle, how Mach number plays major role on area and velocity of steam nozzle, and types of nozzle. In this lecture, we will discuss what is meant by steam nozzle, what are the assumptions that we make to study steam nozzle, and how to apply steady flow energy equation for steam nozzle. Here working medium is steam. That's why this nozzle is known as steam nozzle. The application of this nozzle is any thermal power plant to propel the turbine blades or cleaning purpose also we are using. The function of nozzle is to increase velocity by reducing the pressure of steam, as well as enthalpy drop also takes place here. We know that nozzle is a varying cross-sectional device in which high enthalpy of steam is converted into kinetic energy. At the exit of the nozzle, we will be having high velocity steam jet, and these nozzles are designed for the minimum energy loss during the conversion of enthalpy to kinetic energy. Now we will discuss what are the assumptions that we make to study the nozzle. First one, the flow of the fluid is assumed to be one dimensional, which means it flows only on one directional. It may be x directional, y directional, z directional, but flow will be only on one dimensional. The next one, the flow of fluid is assumed to be steady flow. The thermodynamic properties of fluid are not changing with respect to time. It's a steady flow. That's why we're implementing steady flow energy equation. Also, changing area and curvature along the axis of the duct are gradual. There is no sudden rise or sudden drop in the area of the nozzle. Otherwise, eddies formation takes place. And we can see, as I told, the thermodynamic and the mechanical properties are uniform across the plane normal to the axis of the duct. Also, we know that there is no work interaction in the nozzle because it's just converting from high enthalpy to kinetic energy or high pressure to kinetic energy. There is no work interaction. Also, we assume it's a isentropic expansion takes place in the nozzle. Now we will discuss how to implement steady flow energy equation for the nozzle. We know that according to the energy conservation principle, the whatever energy entering to the nozzle, that is equal to the energy leaving at the nozzle. First we will discuss the general steady flow energy equation, that is kinetic energy at inlet, potential energy at inlet, flow energy at inlet, internal energy at inlet plus some heat interaction, that is equal to kinetic energy at exit, potential energy at exit, flow energy at exit, internal energy at exit, and some work interaction. We know that kinetic energy is a of mc squared, potential energy mgz, flow energy product of p into v, internal energy we have u1 plus q1 to 2. Similarly, mc2 square divided by 2 plus mgz2 plus p2 v2 plus u2 plus w1 to 2. Heat and work are is a path function, so we go for 1 to 2 process. And if you see here, the unit for all these energies is only joules. Now rearrange this equation, that is q1 to 2, take w to this side, you will get minus w1 to 2, that is equal to m c2 square minus c1 square divided by 2. Just take your c1 this side, become minus, we call change in kinetic energy plus change in potential energy plus change in flow energy plus change in internal energy. We know that unit for this one is joules. Now we write this equation in terms of kilojoule per kg. So per unit mass we are taking, that's why this capital Q becomes small q 1 to 2 minus small w 1 to 2 is equal to, remove the mass, c2 square minus c1 square divided by 2, because it's in kilojoule per kg. That's why we gone for divided by 1000 to make kilojoule plus mg z2 minus z1 divided by 1000. So removed mass per kg 1000 kilojoule per kg plus here the unit for pressure is Newton per meter square. Here when you substitute pressure, it becomes kilonewton per meter square. Here volume is meter cube. Here volume is meter cube per kg. So this unit becomes kilojoule per kg plus internal energy U2 minus U1, that is kilojoule per kg. Now we know enthalpy is a sum of flow energy plus internal energy. So this equation can be written as Q122 minus W122 is equal to C2 square minus C1 square divided by 2000 plus G Z2 minus Z1 divided by 1000 plus, instead of P2 V2 minus P1 V1 plus U2 minus U1, that can be written as H2 minus H1 kilojoule per kg. We know that here isentropic expansion takes place. So Q122 0, and I have told you there is no work interaction in the nozzle. So W122 becomes 0, and my inlet and outlet height with respect to ground are same. Z1 is equal to Z2. This also becomes 0. Now we have kinetic energy and enthalpy. So C2 square minus C1 square divided by 2000, that is equal to, just we are taking this one to this side, so that becomes H1 minus H2. Now we need C2, exit velocity of the nozzle. So C2 square minus C1 square is equal to 2000 H1 minus H2. So C2 square is equal to C1 square plus 2000 H1 minus H2. Now C2 square is equal to C1 square plus 2000 H1 minus H2. This is the final equation when there is a inlet velocity is given, and inlet velocity is very minimum compared to the exit velocity. So maximum we will neglect the inlet velocity. If you neglect the inlet velocity, this equation becomes C2 is equal to root of 2000 H1 minus H2. Just take root for this 2000. We will be getting C2 is equal to 44.72 root of H1 minus H2 meter per second. This equation is applicable for conversion nozzle. If it is conversion diversion nozzle, we will be having three sections: inlet 1, throat 2, exit 3. So the equation becomes C3. So exit velocity you need to find out. C3 is equal to 44.72 root of H1 minus H3 meter per second. So these equations are applicable only when the flow is isentropic, which means there is no friction losses inside the nozzle. So we are taking nozzle works for 100% efficient. In next lecture, we will discuss maximum mass flow rate through a nozzle, critical pressure ratio, and maximum velocity. If you like this video, kindly share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any doubt, kindly give in a comment box. I will help you. Thank you.